So what we're going to do in this case is we're going to explore a change in requirements where we actually need some of the same validation tools, but for some other part of the project. For example, some component that imports data from a CSV file into the database, and we need to validate the various pieces of data before we stick it in the database. Well, the same validation that we've built for our form can be used for that as well, and it makes no sense to duplicate that code in multiple places. If we do, and we find we want to improve one, then we have to improve the other as well, or we might forget about it and not be able to take advantage of that same improvement somewhere else. So I think it's time to get back to start working with our hands again. But just a quick summary to again illustrate a couple of different ideas that will help you not feel like you're going crazy with your code. One is the agile idea, which is that no matter how well thought out your project is, it's going to change once you start working on it. And you won't know exactly what you're going to end up with until you go through that process. If you're working with other people, that's just going to be worse because they're going to have other requirements or other strategies or approaches. So the more adaptable you can make your code to those changes, the better it will be. And the more you learn about object-oriented programming and the different techniques around that, you're going to find a lot of techniques that help you be flexible in that sense. And secondly, when it comes to breaking down objects into smaller pieces, just don't worry about that until you find yourself in a situation where you would be repeating code that you've already written. Then it makes sense to refactor and figure out how you can isolate out that code and use it in multiple places.